Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the latest Institute of Financial Accountants webinar. Just bear with me for a couple of minutes, if you wouldn't mind. We'll let the registrations come in, and then we'll get going this morning. But good morning and welcome to everybody so far. I'm glad to see already that somebody's using the chat box. I always start off that with a little bit of housekeeping. So I'm glad to see regular attendees of the Institute's webinars know what they're doing. They know where to post their comments. So that's good. Look, let's get started this morning. This is another Institute of Financial Accountants. We call them 60-minute webinars. But there's a slight difference this morning. I'm joined by Rachel Gregory from Accountex, and I will do a proper introduction for Rachel in a minute. But this morning's session is more of a Q&A, a conversation with Rachel and Accountex. That event takes place, I think, just over 3 weeks' time. All the planning, all of the logistics is working very well behind the scenes. But we wanted to run a session alongside Accountex to bring this event to life for members who may have attended previously, members who are thinking about going for the very first time. And that's why kindly Rachel has joined us this morning to add some real insight and some value, so that when you are there, when you're attending, you get most from your day or your 2 days. From a housekeeping perspective, can I just say to everybody, please, if we do have technical issues or difficulties, we will look to deal with those as smoothly and as efficiently as possible. If there's anything to do with maybe your own audio or some sort of technology glitch, please check your own Wi-Fi connectivity first. The session is being recorded, and these sessions come to life because of your observations, your comments, your questions. So for those of you who are already using the chat box, please continue to do so. We will monitor those. If there are questions I don't ask, please put your own in. The Q&A box as well is there to be used, so please use that. Can I welcome Rachel Gregory from Accountex? Rachel, I know you're busy. You were saying before we went live with the webinar how frantic and how busy you are at the moment, and the team behind you and behind the scenes are in bringing such a wonderful event to life. So we're very grateful that you've joined us. For those who haven't seen Rachel at Accountex before, on social media, at other events, Rachel is the Accountex Event Manager. So she's a LinkedIn enthusiast, and she's a woman empowering community driver. So somebody with real passion, somebody with a depth of not only sales, but events experience. And let's be frank, Rachel runs the largest finance and accounting expo globally. So if she can't tell us what we need to know in terms of our planning and lead up to Accountex, I don't know who else will. So Rachel, welcome to the Institute's monthly webinar. As I said earlier on, I'm very grateful that you've joined us, and I look forward to the conversation that we have over the next however many minutes. Can I start by just sort of asking you, if I'm looking to attend Accountex this year, what can I expect?
Hello, Jonathan, and good morning, everyone. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for having me on this webinar this morning. It's my pleasure to be here and dedicate this time to talking to you about the most exciting time of the year for us, which is Accountex, which is taking place in just over 3 weeks' time. What can visitors expect this year? Me and the team have been working our socks off all year to deliver what is going to be the absolute best Accountex we've ever had. We have more feature areas than ever before. we are really focusing on adding value, which we will come on to a bit later, of what's kind of new this year, but essentially new features, added value, new speakers, some new names that you have never seen at any other events, and lots of exclusive content that is exclusive just for Accountex. So there's lots of exciting elements in store this year that we've been working hard to achieve.
Rachel, thank you. Lovely opening. And as I say, your passion for the event comes through in spades. You've mentioned there about adding value. You've mentioned about speakers, exclusive content. Can you give the attendees a feel for some of that CPD that you're going to be running? Because yes, the event is about networking, it's about engagement, but I think there's a lot of value that comes from the CPD that Accountex put on over 2 days.
Absolutely. So visitors can obtain 16 hours of CPD by coming to the show, but as well as that being a great, tick off the list for CPD accreditation, it's more about the value that the seminar sessions bring to our visitors. So wherever you are in your journey, whether you're an accountancy practice owner or finance professional, whether you're looking to expand or grow your business, whether you're looking to sell in a few years' time, franchise, whether you're looking to develop into a more senior role, wherever you are in your journey, we have a session for you that's really going to help you with your next steps in your next chapter. All of the theatres are themed, so we're focusing on some pressing trends like AI. Of course, there's reoccurring. We've got our tax theatre, once again, that's incredibly popular. For the first time ever, we've got a branding theatre, which we are incredibly excited about. So giving you the tools to go out there and make sure you've got the best LinkedIn profile ever, make sure you're able to create a brand for yourself as well as your business, which is crucial. We've also got a future leaders theatre as well. So again, there is content and something for everyone wherever you are in your journey.
Yeah, I think that's wonderful that you've, whether you've just started up, whether you're looking to take yourself to that next level, or you might be coming towards the end of your career and journey, and you're looking at how do I get best value? How do I start the succession planning journey? I think it's great that all three elements of the cycle are being covered. I'm intrigued. Can you give a little bit more detail about the branding theatre? Because I think that's something that, my view, but I think that's something that accountants forget about. And I think it's vitally important in this modern world that they do consider.
Absolutely. So the branding theatre is sponsored by Moneypenny, and they are got 2 fabulous sessions in that theatre, one on each day. Essentially, we've got lots of influential speakers like Rachel Harris from Strivex Accounting, who many of you have seen take social media by storm. Her TikToks have become famous, and she's famous and a celebrity in her own right. So we've got lots of incredible speakers talking about your personal branding as well as your business branding, and how that translates into social media, your marketing messages. So there's lots of incredible sessions over the 2 days, as well as we do have a couple of feature areas just over from there. So what's fantastic about this area of the show is that you can go to the branding theatre and attend some talks. You can then go to our content creation clinic, which is run by Rachel Harris from Strivex, and then we've got a LinkedIn lounge run by Ashley Leeds. So you can literally go and listen to a talk, and then you can go and speak to the experts that can help you to get started. Literally, you can make content on the spot on the content creation clinic. If you're not sure where to go with your LinkedIn, Ashley Leeds can give you all the tips and useful tools. So we've really zoned in on kind of that area to help visitors with their branding journey.
Crikey. So you're taking the talk then through to the conversation, and then in a way actually trying to bring it to life and reality. A three-stage process. That sounds excellent.
Yeah, absolutely. Because, I meet so many incredible individuals at networking events, and obviously in particular at Accountex. And the amount of people I meet that say, oh, you're great on social media. Like, I wish I had the confidence, or, I start writing a post and I don't quite know where to go or what I should be saying, or should I be sharing, something that's more personal to me or more business focused. And there is that fear that stops a lot of us from reaching our full potential with social media. And so to have Rachel Harris have a dedicated content creation clinic, and Ashley Leeds have the LinkedIn Lounge, is just going to help anyone that doesn't know where to start, just to get their foot in the door and hopefully boost your confidence for them to show you how easy it is, what you can be doing, what you can be talking about. I always do like a mix on my social media. I don't just stick to business. I do, mix of, yes, business being Accountex, what I'm passionate about in business, in my event management journey, but also I share some kind of personal information as well, because I think we're all human, and that's how we form real connections. Is I want individuals to get to know the real me as well as the Rachel Gregory at Accountex, because I'm the same person. So so we're very excited to be able to deliver and have a dedicated theatre and deliver those features this year, because I think it's going to be a huge benefit to visitors.
Yeah, no, I'd agree. And I suppose you talk about some of those talks then followed by the very helpful, useful clinics. Are they being run only on the first day, but also the second, or how's that running? Again, coming back to the planning and making sure that a member gets the most from their visit, is there any more that you could share with us there, or be more specific, if that's okay?
Yeah, so they're running for the 2 days. So they are going to be open from the moment we open the doors to the moment we close the show. So we're open from 9:30 till 6 o'clock on day 1, the 15th of May, and 9:30 till 4:30 on day 2, the 16th of May. So Rachel and Ashley are there, and their staff will be there manning those stands and able to help as many visitors as they possibly can get through with your branding journeys.
Yeah, no, brilliant. Okay, thank you, Rachel. And you mentioned, there's a lot that's new for 2024. Speakers, content, some of the themed theatres. Can you give us any more details about some of the speakers who are new for 2024 and that you and your team are excited about?
Yeah, sure. So for the very first time on the Accountex stage, we will have Jerry Williams, which many of you would have seen Jerry on social media. She is the most influential accountant. She runs her own practice, her own membership, and Jerry is flying in from Dubai to speak on the Accountex stage for the very first time. So we're incredibly excited to have Jerry with us. She's got over 70,000 followers on LinkedIn. She is such an incredible entrepreneur and businesswoman in her own right. She has a self-running, self-sufficient accountancy practice in the UK, and then her and her family now live in Dubai, and she's running her own event. She's got her own membership, so she's going to share her story of how she got to where she is today, which is absolutely phenomenal, incredibly successful. So we're very excited about Jerry. We have the likes of Lord Philip Hammond that will be at the show, which we're very excited to have such a celebrity join us, as well as Jerry. So Lord Philip Hammond will be giving a very compelling keynote session in our Horizon Stage Theatre. So we're very excited to have Lord Philip Hammond. We have Nick Hamilton, which is Lewis Hamilton's brother, deliver a keynote session. And Jonathan, oh my God, he is the most inspiring, incredible soulful, respectful young man. He is fantastic, and he's incredibly successful in his own right, but he's had such a journey. So Nick was born with cerebral palsy, and he has had, the biggest kind of challenge to get to where he's got to in life. He hasn't had the usual start that we all have. He's had challenge after challenge after challenge. So he's going to be delivering a fantastic motivational keynote talk about his story, about his journey, about what he's gone through, and how he's got to be as incredibly successful as he is today. So he's on day 2 on the 16th of May. So we're very excited to have him with us. And then you can expect names in our accounting and finance world, the natural celebrities, the Sharon Cook from 2020 Innovation. We've got HMRC delivering their latest updates, which I'm sure many of you will be eager to hear. We've got Lucy Cohen, we've got Mark Lee, Mark Lee has been a big supporter of Accountex from day dot. So from the 12 years we've been running, and Mark is giving an incredible talk at the show, but it could be his last talk as he's entering retirement. So it could be the last time we see Mark Lee. Is such a huge fan of his, and he's been incredible support to the show from the get-go. So lots of incredible names. Honestly, strongest program I think we have ever had, which is very exciting.
No, it sounds wonderful, and there seems to be such a diverse range of individuals, speakers who will bring different value, if I can put it like that, to the 2-day event. It sounds wonderful. So we've talked about what's new. You've kindly given us a lot of information around the speakers, the topics, the theme theatres, etc. I think you've mentioned already or you mentioned before we went live, that there are 300 plus exhibitors exhibiting over the 2 days this year. And I know you remain neutral, so I apologise in a way before I ask the question, but are there particular sectors or again, themed exhibitors that you would just sort of draw to the attention of the audience? So again, at least they're thinking about the talks and the speakers. They now, in my opinion, need to think about exhibitors, and we'll come on to better planning in a wee while. But is there anything that you would sort of comment around the exhibitors and the fact that there are over 300, Rachel?
Yes, well, over 300 exhibitors is actually the most we've ever had. So we have more products and services than ever before. The reason we have such a large exhibition at Accountex is because every year we ask visitors, what's the main reason for coming? What's the reason you attend? And products and services is always top. So it is a crucial time for you and your business to meet the teams behind the brands and really get ahead and find out what technology is going to help you, or what services are your clients going to need going forward. And this is your one-stop shop to research, meet the teams behind the brands, demo the software, get your questions answered if you are a particular customer, a particular vendor. I mean, we've got HR, we've got AI, we've got practice management, cash flow, banking, you name it, we have got absolutely everything. So whatever stage you're at with your business or your journey, check out our exhibitor list online, because that will just give you a bit of an idea and of the kind of sectors these companies are in and who can help you at Accountex. So our exhibitor list is live on our website, so you can read up about the companies and see who's exhibiting. And yes, definitely would recommend jotting down a few that you want to go see, perhaps, that are really going to help you in your journey.
Yeah, no, very, very worthwhile advice, I have to say. And I think, with over 300, the most you've ever had, that need for planning and pre-Accountex thought is vitally important. But we'll come on to that. Sorry, something you said earlier on in answering that last question just got me thinking. I know you're very good as a show in terms of you run the show, but then you do look for delegate, sponsor, partner, exhibitor feedback. And you've already given us a lot of insight as to maybe what's new. But are there certain things that you've listened to from 2023 and that you've made some small tweaks, medium tweaks, or even some larger tweaks to what you're actually going to present and put on next month?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Feedback for us is key. We always love receiving feedback. It's how we grow, it's how we develop. We want to know what we can be doing differently, and we want to know what we're doing at our best and what needs improvement. So we ran an advisory board last year, I believe it was around November time, where we invited some accountants and finance professionals to a presentation about Accountex to obtain feedback. So we got some crucial, amazing feedback in that presentation. One of them that has been developed and we have been able to do for the first time ever this year, we are recording the speaker sessions, which is absolutely huge, because not only are we recording them, we are giving every delegate access to those recordings for free, no cost or charge to you as a delegate. So this is absolutely huge. We've never been able to do it before, but we are so grateful that we've been able to do it this year. So every visitor will have access to the over 180 seminar sessions to be able to watch on demand, because we appreciate there's so much amazing content. You can't get around it all. There's so much going on, but now you'll be able to watch on demand post-show at your own leisure. So that's something that was fed back to us, that we've listened to, that we've actioned, that we're very excited about. Another element is we are trying to be more sustainable. We understand events aren't the most sustainable business, but we are working extremely hard to be as sustainable as we possibly can be. We changed our show guide to our show planner and cut down. We used to print these massive booklets of over 100 pages. We now just do a double-sided fold out. We've cut down on our printing. Our contractors who build Accountex, all of the carpet in Accountex is recyclable. That's fact, which we're very excited that our contractor is one of the most sustainable contractors in the business as well. So we are being sustainable where possible there. We're working with a company called Karma, who some of you may remember that we worked with last year. Karma is a B Corp sustainable tree planting business. It's run by a gentleman called James Holland, and they are planting a tree for every visitor who attends. So last year we planted over 10,000 trees. This year we're expecting to do the same, to plant over 10,000 again. As well as we do have a new feature area this year, which we're very excited to announce, which is our sustainability zone, sponsored by Sage at the front of the show. So that is an area where you can go and find out and speak to an expert about your journey, and they can calculate your current CO2 emissions and give you useful information of how you can take your business to net zero. There is also an escape room that is on that area, so you can book in and have some fun, with your colleagues or network with others and get involved in the escape room. So that's also very exciting.
I think that's great. I do like the sustainability piece, by the way, and I think the fact that over 10,000 trees were planted last year and you'll be doing even more this year, I think is a wonderful return, and very well done to you all for that commitment. We've talked a lot, Rachel, and I really thank you for the insight that you're providing. We've talked about CPD, we've talked about talks, we've talked about the theatres, you've talked about exhibitors. Can we take it, let's look at the planning, if you don't mind, because I think it's vital whether you've been before or this is at your first ever Accountex, that you plan. So could you give your thoughts on, you're only attending for one day and how you should plan for that? And then somebody who's decided to invest 2 days, how should they plan for a 2-day visit?
Absolutely. So firstly, in terms of planning, I'd just like to highlight some of the other changes this year that I really think everyone needs to hear that we put in place, because we are trying to make the show as inclusive as possible. We understand for some people it is a lot, it's a big show. We've teamed up with a company called Watch This Space, which are our diversity and inclusions partner, and we do have a quiet room for the first time off the show floor. So if anyone is a bit nervous about coming to the show or is feeling a bit overwhelmed, there is a quiet room that you can go and take yourself off the show floor just to compress basically. So that is something that we've added this year. We also, which is hot off the press, not actually been announced, I don't actually know if the rest of the team are going to kill me for saying this, but we are actually going to have some BSL language signers in majority of our theatres this year. Not all the theatres, but in majority, including the keynotes, which AAT are providing. So that is, again, a huge benefit to visitors coming to the show. We've never had that before, but we will have the BSL signers. So in terms of planning, we will be launching an app 2 weeks before the show. I would recommend anyone that likes to have everything on their phone to download it. In the app, it will have all the exhibitor list, it will have the talks, you'll be able to schedule and add seminars that you want to visit to your schedule. You'll also be able to have a look at the exhibitor list, and there's a floor plan that is interactive. So you'll be able to see, okay, I want to go see this exhibitor, they're in this stand, and it will show you where they are. So Accountex app launches 2 weeks before. And then essentially in the meantime, speak to your colleagues or network. If you're a bit nervous about coming on your own, see who you can buddy up with, who you can travel with. But if you are coming on your own, do not worry, you will get talking to people in no time. Everyone is there to kind of network, connect and engage. But looking at the exhibitor list, definitely key. Planning who you want to go and see, looking at the program online, planning who you want to go and see talk, booking your hotels now if you're staying for the 2 days, because we know it gets very busy round Excel. So I would recommend booking hotels now. There is going to be parties in the evening, on the evening of day one. So if you do want to get out and network after the show closes, Ignition will be hosting a party once again at the Fox, and then there will be a couple of other events that we will be promoting on our website. So there's a Wax On section, which is new this year on our website, so you can check out information there. So yes, so just planning who you want to see talk, who you want to visit on their stand, and also maybe like some goals, like what do you want to get out of it? Is it that you want to network and you want to grow your connections? If so, then check out who's got drinks on their stand, or who's got some kind of networking that you can get involved in, which will be on the What's On section. There's a couple of exhibitors hosting drinks on their stand, and then obviously with the parties in the evening, that's great for networking. And yeah, what software do you want to check out and implement? What services do you need? Think about that. Think about the teams that you want to meet behind the brands, and what talks are going to be most beneficial to you in your journey, I would say, is how I would best plan. And making sure you have comfy shoes. This is absolutely crucial, Jonathan, which you will know from year after year, is comfy shoes are the way forward. And if anyone is worrying about, oh, what to wear, do I come in a suit, do I come in jeans, etc., you wear whatever you would like to wear, but comfort is key, I would say. Not everyone comes suited and booted anymore. A lot of people do come in polo shirts and jeans, but essentially, you know, it is however you want to present yourself and however, you know, you feel comfortable.
Now, do you know what, Rachel? I think it's a fabulous point to end that question on, because yes, from experience, I'm afraid after 2 days, I have worn the wrong shoes on a number of occasions. I forget, and then I tell myself again the next year, need to think about it. And again, everybody's different. But I think being comfortable, if you want to wear, as you say, a polo and jeans, if you're comfortable in a suit because that's the way you want to dress and that's what makes you feel comfortable, then it's very much an individual thing. But you are right, be comfy. I think that's vitally important. I wholeheartedly agree. I'd written down have a focus. You've covered that really by sort of saying, look, have goals, have a goal. And I think the other way I would probably sort of agree with you is just in a way talk to yourself or write down what it is you want to get from your attendance. It's great. The website's there. You can look at that now. As Rachel's alluded to, there's an app for you to download that will have all of this information and more on it. Make sure you've downloaded that, use it, get the most from it. So no, thank you on that front. Can I ask you've done this for a number of years. And as I said earlier on, your enthusiasm and your passion for it just comes through in bucket loads. Looking at 2024, 3-ish weeks' time, at the moment, what are you most excited about for 2024's Accountex?
So I guess what I'm most excited about is seeing the show come to life, because we've been working off a floor plan, paper all year round. We've been having meetings with our clients, with speakers, etc. So for me, what I'm most excited about is that little moment. Not that I get many moments at the show because I'm running around in organisers mode, but it's the moment before we open those shutter doors and me and the team look around the show and are just literally speechless. It's a real wow moment, seeing the show just before opening, built before our very eyes. It is incredible. So that is a moment that I'm incredibly excited about. And then opening those doors and seeing all the visitors come in and just the show in action. I think everyone will agree there is no buzz like the buzz at Accountex. You feel that atmosphere as soon as you walk in, don't you, Jonathan? It is just, there's just nothing like it. Like, I'm yet to go to another event that has that same excitement, incredible buzz from the moment you walk in. We've got something very special, which is why I'm so passionate about what we do. And you're right, Jonathan, we've worked together for I've been on Accountex for eight years, so very long time we've worked together now.
Well, and I've seen from a exhibitor professional body space how the show has grown. And again, 8 years. I joined the Institute 12 years ago, and I remember my very first Accountex. Now, if I compare then to now or last year, and I'm looking forward to the next one. They're poles apart, and it's grown, and in a way, a huge congratulations to you, your colleagues and the team, because what is put on, in my opinion, for an accounting professional at whatever stage you might be at, studying, starting your journey as a practitioner, and getting towards the end of it, there is something of value. No, not something. There are many things of value that you can find at the show, whether you're there for a day or 2 days, half a day, whatever it be. There's a heck of a lot of value. I'm sorry, something you just said there, which brought me back to the planning. And when you say as an organization, you press the button and the shutters come up, and that first wave of attendees comes in. I think if you've not been before, this whole planning thing is really important, because you will find yourself in a huge hall that is full of people, full of fantastic exhibitor spaces. Some of we were talking about this before we started the webinar, Rachel, weren't we? About, some of the designs, some of the innovative nature of some of those designs, the way that I think many organizations try and, bring people in and make them again feel comfortable is fantastic. But you need to plan, because if you're not careful, you will be overwhelmed. And what you don't want, and we wouldn't want, are people just, in a way, wandering around aimlessly, looking starry-eyed and lost.
Yes, it is incredibly special when you walk through the show and you just see for the first time up that centre aisle and the stands. I cannot stress enough, whilst we put our blood and sweat and tears into the show all year round to create the best show ever, we couldn't do it without you, our exhibitors. The energy and the enthusiasm and the hard work that goes into every single stand design and every single execution is incredible. It's months and months and months of work, and such a huge investment, and we are so grateful for every single exhibitor that supports us, just as we're grateful for every single visitor who supports us, because we couldn't do it without one or the other. They both equally as important, as are our incredible speakers. So those three elements we just couldn't do it without, and we're incredibly grateful for the support we have. But it is, if you haven't been to the show before, that moment when you walk in and see the show for the first time is a jaw-dropping moment, because it will take your breath away.
No, well said on that, I must say. What do the next 3 weeks look like for you then?
The next 3 weeks look like they're incredibly busy. So lots of kind of final plans coming together for some of our kind of feature areas, for kind of last final messages that we're promoting. We are focusing on the final stage of delivering the show, so the last moments of organisation, and helping and supporting any queries that come in. We do get a lot of queries at this time of year, and we're always happy, exhibitor, visitor, to help and support. But yeah, just final preparations. It's crazy busy, but we love it. And I feel like mentally I'm there. I feel like mentally, if I close my eyes, I'm on site, I'm there. But then when I look at my to-do list, I've got stacks and stacks to do, and I'm not even close. But yeah, we're very, very, very excited for the final to come together.
Brilliant. No, it's brilliant. And again, sorry, slightly delving into the personal area, but I'm intrigued. You work so hard to get to the point of the shutter button is pressed and it goes up. How do you, though, enjoy the 2 days of the show?
It's a good question, Jonathan. Most people will see me running around like in organisers mode, but I just love seeing the show in full form, like just come to life. And I love seeing everyone. I'm very much a hugger, so I just go around, hugging as many people as I possibly can and just connecting. I'm just such a passionate, bubbly, enthusiastic individual, and I just love meeting new people. So feel free to come and say hello if you do see me at the show. But yeah, just so looking forward to seeing everyone. There's so many faces that I don't get to see that often other than at the show. So it's like Christmas when you've just got your whole family around the table. That is what Accountex is like for me. It's like show opening is Christmas morning, and then it's just like seeing all your family under one roof. It is incredibly special, and I'm so very excited and passionate. I cannot express it. I'm sorry I just dropped the Christmas word there, which I've just dropped again, but that is what Accountex is like for me, and how
No. I asked the question, and thank you. You've given a very honest, personal answer, so I'm very grateful that you've been as open and as honest as you have been. So thank you. how can members help Accountex at this moment in time? Again, are there certain things that you would ask Rachel that they're now doing that they might not have done? How does it make their life, but also the show's life, easier from that moment that everything opens on day one?
Sure. I think in the first instance, if you haven't registered, please do head to our website, www.accountex.co.uk, and register for your free badge. So that would be the first instance. Talk to your colleagues, talk to your connections on LinkedIn, post about that you're going to Accountex. There are so many visitors that will be going alone, and they would really appreciate maybe to understand who else is going in their network. So I would just say registering, sharing that you're attending, and connecting with someone prior to the show. If you're really confident about going and you've been loads of times and you're a Accountex super fan and an absolute pro, is there someone you can buddy up with that hasn't been before? Someone in your office, maybe a junior member of staff, maybe someone that you're connected on LinkedIn. And I think, that's how, you can help your profession, help us by, registering and supporting and connecting with individuals that are also coming along. I think would be fabulous.
Yeah. Okay. No. That's really useful. Everybody, please, if you've not registered already, please do so. Rachel, I'll give you a few seconds with this one, and I'll also throw in my answer because I didn't talk to you about this one beforehand, and I do apologise, but it came to me as I was listening to something you said earlier on. How would you describe Accountex in 3 words? If you want mine, frenetic, inspiring, enjoyable.
Oh, okay. Giving me something to think about here.
Yeah. Or I'll give you another one whilst you're thinking about that. Hopefully, this is a really easy one. You've told us, you've got a busy 3 and a bit weeks ahead of you, how you enjoy the show. In the politest possible sense, do you then have a holiday booked for the day after or something like that? Are you jetting off somewhere nice and warm or relaxing?
So the fascinating world of events is that it never stops, really. Yes, we do take holiday, but I actually, last year, I came to the office the day after Accountex, and I already started planning with the team for 2025, because that is the thing. When we have the show, the next day we reset the clock and we're planning for 2025. That's, that's how we roll. As well as we do also have Accountex Summit Manchester in September, 17th of September, that we are also planning for. And then we have digital. So it kind of never stops. But yes, Jonathan, I do have some time off.
Yes.
I have booked off some time in June, and I might have a couple days, after Accountex. I'm actually taking my lovely mum to the Chelsea Flower Show. So I might book the Friday off and make it a 2-day trip to London or something like that. So yes, I will get some downtime. But in answer to your previous question, the 3 words I'd use to describe Accountex, it would be electric, inspirational, and magical.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I used to describe Accountex.
That's fine. Look, one of the questions that just came through, and I'm not a LinkedIn expert, but somebody was like, you talked about your the branding theatre, and then somebody taking themselves away from the talk to the clinic. And I think they're asking, do they need to be a premium LinkedIn subscriber to be able to do everything that maybe they're then going to be asked to do or shown what to do in the clinic? I've got an answer, but I don't know whether you have one as well, Rachel.
Yeah, no, it's a great question. And the answer is no, you don't need to be a premium LinkedIn user. Naturally, the premium will assist you with further usabilities, but you don't need to be a LinkedIn premium user to go to the LinkedIn clinic. Ashley will assist you, whether you're premium or not, and he'll talk to you about what you want to achieve and show you some tips of what you can put into practice straight away. So no, absolutely not. You can achieve incredible things on LinkedIn by not being premium. I've actually only just upgraded to premium in the 8 years I've obviously been on Accountex, and I've done well with getting to where I've got to prior. So yes, so it depends what you want to achieve with your business, but no, you don't.
Yeah, I would wholeheartedly agree with what you've said about the need for it, but depending on where you want to take your LinkedIn position, absolutely, I would agree with you. We have had a question about the talks and the CPD program. I think the easiest answer, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I would strongly advise anybody to go onto the Accountex website. All of the information, or all of the information that is currently available to Accountex about the talks and the theatres, you will find online. Obviously, as the team maybe are introducing somebody else, or there's something wild and exclusive happening that they add, that will get put onto the website. And then for those of you who've registered or register, then when you're able to download the app, you will obviously see everything on there as well. So I think that probably answers that, Rachel. Can I thank you, because I appreciate you're an extremely busy person at the moment, and I've taken up, an hour of your time, both pre and during the conversation today. It's very appreciative. So on behalf of the Institute, can I thank you for joining us. Is there anything you'd want to sort of finish on, Rachel, as a summary, that I failed to ask the right question, or we might not have covered, or there's a message you want to get across to the audience?
Yes, I guess, well, we've covered lots of incredible questions. So firstly, thank you so much, Jonathan, for being an amazing host and having me on this webinar today. I mean, there is so much exciting elements happening at Accountex this year. I've only touched on a few of them. So I would just urge everyone to go to our website, check out our features page. We have more new features than ever before. Obviously, I mentioned the sustainability zone. We talked about the LinkedIn and content creation clinic. We have a bookkeepers base camp that we had last year that we're also having again this year, sponsored by Xero. So there will be networking for bookkeepers in that feature area. We've got Joe and Zoe from the Six Figure Bookkeepers Club that will also be doing a meet and greet in there. So yeah, there's honestly something for everyone. So whether you're accountant, finance professional, bookkeeper, finance director, CFO, etc., wherever you are in your journey, there will be something for you, multiple things for you. So just do have a look at the features page, seminar page, what's on, and you'll find all of the exciting elements online. And then within the app, as Jonathan said, you'll be able to download 2 weeks prior to the show.
Oh, thank you very much indeed. All I'll say on top of that is be prepared and be comfy. But in all seriousness, if you've never been before, please register, please attend, and please learn what's out there and is available for you. I'm not just saying this because Rachel's kindly joined me. It is a fantastic 2-day show. There is so much to be gained from it. And I hope over the last 50+ minutes, we've covered a lot about what's taking place, what's new, what to expect, how to get the most out of your visit, however long or short that be. But Rachel, on behalf of the Institute, thank you for the time you've given us, for the information you've provided. I very much look forward to Accountex next month. I know the team here at the Institute who are also involved look forward to the 2 days. It's great to network. It's great to engage with our members who attend and come up and see us. And this is off the top of my head, and I should have done a bit more sort of prep beforehand, but I do believe we are stand A564. So please, if you're attending Accountex, you're a member of the Institute, come and say hi to us. It's always great to meet you. And we look forward to meeting other accounting and professionals partners in other fields, and just generally enjoying the 2 days. So look, Rachel, thank you. Appreciate your time. To everybody who's attended this, well, it's this morning, isn't it still? Thank you for your participation. Enjoy the rest of your day. For anybody from an institute perspective who looks at their CPD, please take a look at the website. You know where the page, you know where the information is. There is a registration link still for Accountex up and on there. So again, use that if you need to. But Rachel, again, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the next few weeks. And please come by the stand and say hi during the 2 days at Accountex.
Thank you, Jonathan. I absolutely will. And we'll look forward to seeing you all on the 15th and 16th of May in just over 3 weeks.
Brilliant. Rachel, thank you very much. Take care all. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.